Okay, good afternoon, students. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Just want to say welcome to Social Studies. Today is Tuesday, the 13th, October 2020. And today we're going to be continuing in Unit 11, pages 97 through 102. So last week we talked about the importance of census, correct? And from what we learned from census is a record that shows people, or I'm sorry, it shows the population of people, where people live at, and the amount of people. And last week we learned about household census. Okay, so today we're going to learn about the census for populated areas on Earth. So this census is going to show us how to read how the world is populated around, okay? And we're going to be doing population distribute. Okay, distribute means to spread around. So population distribute, we're going to be looking at the world and see how people spread around the world and how many people are there. For number 2, population density. Population density, it shows the number of people per square kilometer. Okay, so we're going to be learning that today in the pages 97 through 102. But before we start, I brought you a map of populated density in Cambodia. So before we do this, you got to learn how to read the map. So right here we have your key. Can they see? Okay, this is your key. This is also known as a legend. Okay, a legend, it tells you what the symbols mean in the picture. So for example, right here you have dotted lines. Dotted lines mean it's a national boundary. Okay, national boundary, it's all around Cambodia. So this is Cambodia, okay? And then you have your solid line. Your solid line shows the province boundary. For example, you have Phnom Penh here, Kapong Chnam right here. So these are all province, okay? And the blue mark, it shows you where the waters are at, like lakes and ponds. So right here you have your lake, and you got your river right here along Phnom Penh. That's the riverside? Okay, and then these numbers right here, or I'm sorry, the colors down here below, these shows the number of the density, the number of people living in there. So as you can see, from yellow to peach all the way to red, yellow being lower than 20 and red being over 400 or more. So if you look at this census here, it shows you where less people are at. It's in the yellow section. So you have right here in Prava here and along these areas, there's less populated density there. And moving along to the red mark, or I'm sorry, the color red, the only color red we have is here in Phnom Penh. This shows where a lot of people live in Phnom Penh. Even though it's a small area, it's the capital, but for some reason people like to live in Phnom Penh. So it shows you the density for Phnom Penh is 400 or higher, okay? So that is how you read the map. And up here it also shows you the ranking by population density. So what ranking mean is the top one. So number 1 would be Phnom Penh, and you could tell that because it's red. So that's most populated. And then it goes on to number 2, which is Kandal province. So Kandal province ranked number 2 with the most people living in there, and so on and so on. Okay, I will post this in the group message for you guys to take a better look at, but this is just for you to get an understanding on how to read the map, okay? So that was for Cambodia. This is for the world map, okay? For the world map, I'm not going to tell you what it is. For your task, or not your task, before you start doing your task, I want you guys to drop me a message and tell me what you understand from this map, okay? And I will post this in the group for you to take a better look at, okay? So that is what populated density and populated distribute. We're talking about the earth, okay? We're not talking about a country. What I showed you are examples of countries, okay? Well, I'm sorry, for Cambodia. So moving along to your keywords. Your keywords, I want you to understand the word sparse, CARICOM states, and region. So before you start doing your task, I want you to look up these words, and in your own words, I want you to tell me what they mean. Okay, and that'll be it for video clip 1, your task. The questions will be posted for you after you're done reading pages 97 through 98. Okay, and I will post that to I'll post that to you guys in the group. Okay, all right, everybody, thank you. I'll see you in clip 2. Okay, welcome back, students. Thank you for sending me your task 1. So we're going to go over task 1, okay? Number 1, population distribute. It tells us where people live and how many people live there, okay? And number 2, population density, the number of people per square kilometer, okay? So that's what these 2 words mean. And moving along to the keywords, sparse. Sparse is something existing in very small numbers. So you could say, like for example, Cambodia, as we move along the outskirts of Phnom Penh, the population is very sparse. So the number of people gets smaller and smaller as we move towards the outskirts, okay? And CARICOM state is a group of developing countries in the Caribbean. So in the Caribbean, there's I guess you could say province that are slowly developing to become countries, and they're called CARICOM. Okay, number 3, region. Any space that is distinct from another area. So region, in another word, you could also use as a province, okay? So it's a different place, say for example, Phnom Penh and Battambang. There are 2 different regions. Phnom Penh is more city-like and Battambang is more country-like. So region is talking about the terrain of the landscape, okay? Now, what you guys read about, I had you guys read pages 97 and 99. So we know that the world is made up of continents and oceans and seas, right? And we also know that most population, it's along the coast. People like to live along the coast where they could do fishing and trading. And on that map there, it shows you where most populated areas are at. They're along the coast, and you don't see that many people living like inside. And the reason why for that, inside the country is as you move towards inside the country, the terrain changes. You have mountains, you have deserts, you have forests, where it's hard for people to farm or trade. So the reason why the population is popular among the coast is because it's easy for people to live and survive. It's easy to farm, grow stuff. It's easy to trade because we got the rivers where you can have ships transport goods and all that. Okay? So before we continue on 99, I want to explain to you how to read this part right here on page 99. Okay? It's going to show you the population and density for administrative region. Okay, so here you got your region, another word, province, and then you got your area in kilometer, and then you have population, and then you got your density here per square mile, which shows how many people live per square mile there. So for example, region 1, the area, it's 2,399. Okay, so the land there, that's 2,399 kilometers wide. Okay, and the population in that region is 23,204. And for you to get that density 1.1, what you have to do is take the population and then you divide that by the area in kilometers. And when you divide these 2 numbers, that's how you get that density. Okay, and if you look at it, you can see how how the population is big, but then if you look at the area, it's small. So I want you to do some research and tell me, why do you think that is? Why is the population so big and the area is so small? And some places the area is small, but yet the population is small. Or I'm sorry, the area is large, is big, but yet the population is small. So I want to know why you guys think that is, okay? So that's research I want you guys to find. Okay, and then moving along to task 2. For task 2, I want you to read pages 99 to 100. And then I want you to answer the questions on page 101. And for the questions on 101, okay, number 1, it says name an area of the world that is sparsely populated and give a reason. So you could pick any place in the world and that you think it's sparsely populated, but then you have to write a reason why do you think it's sparsely populated, okay? And then on number 2, it says on a blank map of the world, insert the following city. So I will send you a blank map of the world, and then I guess you guys can draw it, and then you guys have to write the cities onto the map, okay? And on number 3, you guys have to look up the internet and find out what the capital and the important towns are for the countries. For example, they did one for you, India. The capital is Delhi, and then your important towns are Bombay, Bangalore, Madras, and Calcutta, okay? Okay, number 4, it says name the area of the world that is heavily populated. So it's the same as number 1, but number 4, they want to know where in the world that you think is most populated. Where do people live a lot, okay? And on number 5, on that map that I'm going to send you, they want you to shade in the area where you think is highly populated. And number 6, okay, they want you to look at the pie chart and answer the question here. So the pie chart right here, it shows the terrain of the land in Ghana. So you have your coastland, your hill sandy clay, savannas, and your highland, okay? So yeah, just answer the questions on number 6, and when you guys are done with that, send it to my personal Telegram, and we will continue that in video 3, okay? Everybody, thank you. Okay, hello students, and welcome back to Social Studies. We're on clip 3. So clip 3, we're going to review on what we've learned today, okay? So today we've learned the census on populated areas on Earth. So we're talking about every area, every land on Earth, okay? And we know about the distribute on Earth, tells us where people live and how many people live there. And the density of the population, it tells us how many people live per square kilometers in the area or region, okay? And we've also known that most populated areas are along the coastline area where it's easy for them to trade and do fishing and stuff. And if you look at the region, if you wanted to look up more on the internet, you can see most populated area there along the land where it's where it have nice soil for them to grow or for them to do farming. And you will notice in the deserts, in the jungle or area that are very, very cold, you see less people live around those areas because it's hard for people to make a living or farm, okay? So that's what we've learned in this chapter, Unit 11. And continuing along to your homework. For your homework, I want you to complete a census form. This is just a rough draft. I will send you the form on the group chat, okay? But for you, I'm going to explain it to you. When you look at it, you'll see a street name. So what you do is you write your street name, okay? And then what you do is the house number. You're going to do some research on the house number. You find out who lives there, so you write their last name, first name. So for example, house number 111, okay? And the person that lives there would be, for example, I live there, okay? So it would be Nuon, Vannak, okay? And what is your relationship to that person, okay? So if you guys are neighbors, you can write neighbors. If you're friends, you write friends. If you guys are cousins, you write cousins. So I'm just gonna write friend for relation, okay? Okay, and their age, I'm gonna put, 22, okay? Because I'm not gonna tell you my real age. Okay, and place of birth, where were they born? So right here you write, let's go for example, Thailand. Okay, and then for this section right here, it shows you, it says highest grade of school completed. So right here you would ask them what grade level they finished. So I finished grade 12. And what is their job? What is their occupation, okay? So I would put English teacher. Okay, so you're gonna fill all the way to the bottom, okay? So one section, house number 111, that's my house number. Who's the person that lives there? Nuon Vannak. What is their relation? Friend. The person age, where were they born? The high school completed, and their job, okay? So there's probably like 10 on the form, so I want you to fill it all the way down, okay? And then when you're done filling it down, send it to me send it to me to my personal Telegram when you guys are finished. Or I'm sorry, this is homework. Send it to me before next Tuesday, okay? All right, class, I appreciate you joining me today for social studies and learning about the census and populated areas on Earth. If there's any questions you guys don't understand, or if you guys want to know more, you guys are always welcome to text me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out, okay? All right, everybody. See you guys next week on Tuesday. Everybody be safe, stay dry, and have a good afternoon. Thank you.